Hello everyone, welcome to this new video presentation of the stylus eT-pen from the company eTrament. I say a company, but it would be rather a project of a couple of people passionate about solving a problem. The problem, or the subject of their project, is the stylus of the Onyx BOOX Note Air. The first BOOX Air here with its original case and its famous magnetic pen holder. We will talk later about the design of this BOOX pen, but the main problem of this pen is the poor quality of the magnetic attachment, quite far from what can offer a competing tablet like the Remarkable 2. The original stylus is made of hard plastic with a specific nib and lacks erasing functionality, either at the end or via a button on the side. And so I show you a thickness quite significantly greater than that of the Note Air itself. But the most important problem is perhaps the magnetic hold on the tablet's side. Well, the bet of eTrament is to answer all these problems with the eT-pen. In the box we find the invoice and the small card of thanks with some tips which remind us that the stylus is an artisanal manufacture, which the maintenance must be made with precaution. And thank you, Audrey and Andres. And the nice black cardboard box, very professional, in which will be the stylus itself. Here is the stylus itself, made of 3D printed polymer plastic and finished with manual treatments that give it a really industrial quality look. And when placing it on the Note Air, you can immediately see by its colors the intention evidence to make an object in total harmony with the tablet. We find the orange and blue typical of the Note Air very faithfully reproduced. The stylus weighs 9.9 grams, which is much lighter than the original BOOX pen, which weighs almost 13.5 grams. So almost 4 grams less. It remains 30% heavier than the Samsung S-Pen S6 Lite, that some find too light and that weighs barely more than 7 grams. In terms of length, it's a pen that is quite long, 16.5 centimeters. That's longer than the original BOOX pen, of course, than the Samsung stylus also, and than the famous STAEDTLER Jumbo. It's the size of a stylus that I also really like, the HP ZBook X2. And it's a little longer than the Remarkable Marker Plus. We are almost, in fact, on the classical format of a real pencil. The general design is all around, with a groove on the whole length of the pen to hold it to the side of the tablet, and on the back notches of different lengths, rather for aesthetics considerations than for holding the pen. Here the orange erase button is slightly prominent. This will allow you to feel it well when you are writing or drawing with the stylus. The diameter of the pen is 8.4 mm, which is an intermediate between the original BOOX Pen and the Samsung S6 Lite. I'm now keeping these three stylus to tell you about the magnetic attachment to the Note Air on the right side here. With the original stylus, the BOOX Pen, we have a weak support. The attachment is too weak. The stylus detaches or falls at the slightest movement, a little energetic. We can also see here that the diameter of the stylus is a bit bigger than the one of the tablet. It is almost annoying to close the case properly. With the Samsung S6 Pen Lite, it's already much better. The magnetic attachment holds better in place. The erase button is not prominent here, so it can be difficult to find, and the weight is very light. Another small defect of these two pens is the face that comes against the tablet is flat, while the side of the tablet is curved, which obviously reduces the contact surface and therefore the good holding. But overall, the Samsung S6 Pen has a better attachment, a much better attachment, and is relatively satisfying, in fact. One could say that the eT-pen is a specific evolution of the Samsung, especially designed for the Note Air. The eT-pen is easily fixed on the side. Its four magnets come easily to find those present on the edge of the Note Air, and we feel that the attachment has just the necessary power for the good maintenance of the stylus on the side of the tablet. Of course, if you shake a little violently, the stylus will obviously fall, but the magnetic attachment is really very good. And then in terms of design and colors, we really have the impression that it's the pen that should have been delivered with this tablet. The aesthetic and the functional integration is really very well studied. The writing sensation are in fact those of the Samsung, since the technology is exactly the same. I personally like the light touch and the sensitivity to pressure, very well balanced for me. I can, for example, more easily make very fine lines, whereas I have to hold back a bit the original stylus to be able to make lines of the same fineness. Of course, but like all Wacom EMR technology pens, it also allows, when managed by the tablet, to use pressure-sensitive brushes and the tilt. I show it here on the Remarkable 2, which is for the moment the only tablet to manage it. Like the Samsung, the roundness at the end of the stylus is quite pronounced, and therefore the tilt will be limited to a certain angle. About the nibs, unfortunately only one is provided in the package, and you will have to quickly switch to compatible nibs once your first one is too worn. The compatibility is exactly the same as the Samsung S Pen one, since I think that the electronic component inside the pen is the one the Samsung used to. I show you here how to change the nib of the eT-pen with the small metal plier of Samsung, and by putting the white hard nib provided with the Samsung. And as you can see, it works perfectly well. What else can we put as a nib on this eT-pen? Well, the very popular nibs for the paper feeling sensation, the remarkable ones, they work fine on this eT-pen. However, as on the Samsung S6 Lite pen, the white felt nibs from Wacom, this one, or the HP white felt nibs are not compatible with the eT-pen. And finally, one last thing I wanted to mention about this stylus. Can it also be used on the Note Air 2? So I remind you that the last stylus from BOOX has a small inscription on the stylus and on the tablet here on the side position, that indicates position of the magnets and the magnetic attachment. Here, if I compare here the two pens, the original BOOX Pen and the BOOX Pen Plus, compared here with the eT-pen. Well, as far as the attachment is concerned, it still works. It's less stable and efficient than on the first Note Air, but why not? So maybe not necessary for the magnetic attachment. That works very well, as you can see here. It can be better with the case, with the cover, but it's not designed for the BOOX Air 2. But if you can replace the attachment with maybe a loop, a pen holder. But if you like for the format, the grip, the eraser, and the design coordinated with your R2, why not considering this eT-pen? In conclusion, thanks to Audrey and Andres for this great project. The result is probably the best stylus available for the Onyx BOOX Note Air. A totally accomplished and unique object, which also exists in black. Between 50 and 60 euros depending on the shipping price. It's really in the average price range of a good stylus. If I convinced you already to order, there is currently a 20% discount on the store, on their website, eTrament website. I put the link in the description of the video. And the store closes next Sunday. It's tomorrow at the time I publish the video. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like them. See you soon.